Hi, Amr. How are you?
I am good. I think we're live right now. Okay,
Yes,
let's just
we are.
very quickly check on LinkedIn if we're also live on LinkedIn. Mm. How are you today, Safia? In the meantime,
I'm good, good. Just broke my fast, so I'm just like feeling the blood flows flowing in my body and brain.
energy is coming along. Okay.
Yeah.
Uh, so I think we're also live on LinkedIn, so I think we can kick this off. So, welcome
Great.
everyone who are watching us. This is one of four mini series sessions that we are preparing in relation to a positive intelligence program that we are presenting through Leia Growing People. And today's session is in relation to overcoming the self-sabotage patterns. And myself and Safia, and we have also coaches Mandy and Elena, will be the ones hosting the program. And in today's session in particular, we have Safia here to kind of tell us more about this specific topic. And I'm going to give her some space to share a little bit about yourself with us, Safia.
Thank you, Amr. I'm glad to be with you here today and really excited for our topic today. Maybe I will just want to introduce myself. So, my name is Safia Al Saad, and I am based in Jordan. I am a certified neurotransformational coach. I'm also an HR manager. That's another, like, really part of my the other half of my heart. So, I'm an HR manager as well with an HR background. And I've been really enjoying the self discovery journey through coaching like since 2018. And it's been amazing to really shed the light on our inner world and what's happening and how we can really take ourselves to the next level whenever we do that. So I'm enjoying this partnership with my clients for self discovery and really knowing more about themselves. So I believe that it's our responsibility to know what's happening inside of us and how we can heal ourselves and how we can take ourselves to the next level. And that's maybe one of our goals as coaches. And definitely that wouldn't happen without us as coaches also heal ourselves so that we can be of service. And that's what happened with me through the positive intelligence program, Amr.
And that's a nice segue. I was about to ask how does the positive intelligence come into play as part of your journey of self-discovery?
Well, to tell you the truth, so when I started my coaching career, it was like really like twofold. It's like the main twofolds were like knowing your capacity, your competencies, and your really inner strength, and I call them the gems, right? And
Hmm.
that wouldn't be enough without you knowing also the dark side. So we always have a like a bright side and a dark side. So knowing only the bright side and denying the dark side is not really gonna achieve the full journey to be like really accomplished in a way that will elevate us. So what happened is that when I got to be first certified, I really knew about the sabotaging voices I had, and I needed really to um, deal with them on a basic level until I got into the positive intelligence program. And I got to really do a great assessment. Maybe I think it's now available, maybe for people to try it, the free
It's underneath in
assessment.
the banner.
It's
Yeah.
like for me to assess my own, like, who are these voices that are talking inside of my head? And these voices have, like, they really have a message for me. And sometimes I feel down, sometimes I feel really captured in so many levels. And this is where the assessment really came into a very interesting point where I started to label and name these voices that I have inside of my brain. Like one of them is a controller, another one is a hyperachiever, and so many other names. I would really encourage people to go and try the free assessment. It's really interesting. And it's like whenever you are in a dark room and starting to really shed the light and see what's there before you really stumble upon something, or somebody's gonna come and really just attack your house, and you have the alarm system. So I got my alarm system really awakened because of the positive intelligence program and knowing these sabotaging voices.
I love the analogy of the alarm system of exposing what's there and then using that as a tool to react to whatever is coming. But without knowing what's out there, we can't really react. And as mentioned, the link underneath on the banner is basically the link to the free assessment that you guys can do. It will help you figure out all of these saboteur voices that are coming up and start labeling them, and just understanding what's the chatter that's coming up in the brain. So this is my invite to you, everyone who is watching. If you want to click on the link and check out the self-assessment. But in relation to the saboteurs, so how has uncovering the saboteurs and setting up this alarm system benefited you, or what sort of positive impact has it had on your journey and on your life?
So basically, Amr, thank you for that question. It's like really knowing who's behind the wheel. So who's
Mm,
driving? Without knowing and labeling these voices inside of my head, I used to think that that's me talking and I'm tired. I used to label my whole self within the energy and the feeling I have. For example, if I'm um, really running from one achievement to another, that's me, Safia, as an achiever. Of course, that's good. That's like the rat really running inside of the wheel, right? And I was used to feel that that's good. Come on, and be harsh on myself. And yes, I listen to this voice that's harsh. No, that's not enough. Go more and more until, for example, I discovered that one of my sabotaging, high-rated sabotaging voices was the hyperachiever. It's called the hyperachiever. So without the word hyper, it's an achiever, right? That's normal. I'm an achiever. But when this is really a lot to handle and it's overburdening, this voice inside of my head, this sabotaging voice, is becoming a hyperachiever, which means that I am running from one achievement to another without enjoying any of these achievements, without really stopping and tasting the flavor of the success. Oh, yeah, I got this certification. Oh, yeah, I got this promotion. Bravo, Sophia, you're doing great. No, 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 none of that, because I am highly hijacked by this hyperachiever and I'm running from like really stop to another because that's not enough. It's always not enough, not enough. That's not enough. And there is this amazing, great, huge gang, like really, like the ganger, the big ganger, which is like the judge, was always judging me. Like this is an aside of also the other voices. So for me, it was an eye opener to know that running from one achievement to another within that quick pace without enjoying the success is not really benefiting my system. It's even burdening me and burning me out. And that's because of the assessments I did and I because I started to work on these voices. Another one for
mhm,
me, for example, was the controller. I used to really control things. I don't really trust anyone to do anything. So I used to handle a lot of burdens on my shoulders. And just really, I want to do everything. Nobody can do things better than me. So I need to do every single thing. I don't trust anyone. And that also used to burn me out. And I thought that was good because I'm not letting anyone doing anything because I want to do things in a like masterfully way, in a masterful way.
mhm,
So that completely burned me out as well. And knowing that also was of benefit to me so that I can really balance my system. And this is where I work through the positive intelligence program to just really address these voices and know how I can deal with them. How can I balance my system? Listen, just listening to these voices and really giving them attention will let them calm down and we start really working on them towards our mental fitness as well.
I'm hearing that piece around basically acknowledging that sometimes when a voice is hijacking us, it's taking the driver's seat and it's just taking us along with its own ride rather than allowing us to enjoy the present moment, to appreciate what we might want to do differently, and just getting that awareness to acknowledging that that's not who I want to be hijacked by. I want to sit here. I want to enjoy the moment. I want to do things differently. Just having that knowledge would allow us to separate ourselves from that voice and do things differently. That's what I'm hearing.
Absolutely.
And how have you did things how did you do things differently after getting that acknowledgement or knowledge about, oh, there's a different voice and I can separate myself from it? What happened afterwards?
Yeah, so like awareness, like is as I said, like really shedding the light in the room. So now I see the room, what's inside the room. my brain, my
Mm-hmm.
inner world. So I know that I have these kind of like really voices that needs my attention. So I started to really through the positive intelligence program, which has really an interesting application, really amazing, that will used to remind me to do like many like check-in meditations. And it's not a meditation,
Mm-hmm.
actually, it's kind of guidance, like really many guidance that comes in the middle, prompts coming in the middle of the day, like 2 3 times a day. Takes only like few minutes to check in. Who's now, who's the driver, what are you doing? And there's a focus every time on one of the saboteurs. And
Mm-hmm.
the other thing is that really just listening and checking like my energy level. Am I feeling down? What's like my posture, my body? How is it feeling? Um, like checking in with myself is really something that will take me, like, this is enough to take me to the next level as well. With positive intelligence as well, within the program, there was also this the reading of the book, The Positive Intelligence by Shazad Shamin, which is also
Mm-hmm.
gives elaborative way to discover more about these voices and learn about them. And to be honest, also what I benefited from is like the pods that I was in. There was like this weekly pod that I used to be with other groups, and we used to elaborate more on everyone's experience. When we used to have a lot of insights towards that and learn more from Shirzad and also from the pod itself. So all of that, like I used to journal as well. What's happening with me that day? Well, what are my really highlights that I'm achieving? What am I committing to? All of that stuff with my coach as well, like taking myself to the next level with the journaling, with the pods, with reading the book, with listening to the videos of Shirdat on weekly basis. It's a very rich application, and having these prompts, it's like a gym. The application is like a gym for the mental fitness. So that all like really made huge change to me, to really address my fears, my feelings, and to know who are they exactly.
Yeah, like I'm hearing that piece around just acknowledging again, like the application beyond just the knowledge about this type of tours was vital to start making actual changes. And like I heard the habits between the application itself, the pod, the Shirzad book, it was all part of that bigger equation of making the changes and addressing saboteur voices and changing the habits. And I'm curious, actually, what sort of improvements or what sort of changes have you seen in clients while or like success stories for clients while engaging with the positive intelligence program?
Yeah, it made really big difference for my clients because first of all, the application is really amazing, and also the program itself having like being really part of this weekly awareness was great. And one of the success stories was one of my clients who really was um, completely not aware what is there, and completely hijacked by a lot of voices. And one of her voices, like one of her saboteurs, was like the avoider. And
Hmm.
avoiding is like procrastinating, and she was like really not giving any attention to that procrastination. She thought that's okay, she's not feeling well, it's okay to procrastinate. And then when she discovered that that's the sabotaging voices, like really procrastination and avoiding things, maybe avoiding even serious conversations, she thought that she's doing really staying safe, and not to really getting into battles with people, for example. And when she learned about this voice, the avoider, for example, that was one of the examples, she started really to be curious about it and to learn more how to really address it within the gym tips, the mental fitness application, the daily prompts, and also within our discussions in the pod, the one-on-one coaching, and having this open conversation about it. And after that, she went into a course that she's been really procrastinating for a long time because of the program, one of the achievements she did. And she got certified, and she opened the business afterwards. So see, small things can really hinder milestones that we are really eager, part of us is like really eager to achieve, while the other sabotaging voices is hindering that. And when you are curious about it, you will open like the door for other achievements and other really amazing milestones to be achieved.
I love that story. I love how she was like the way you make it sound. It's like she wasn't really aware that there are some sabotaging voices that are like keeping her in her place. But then with this through this program, she acknowledged that oh, there are different voices, and I can manage them, or I can do things differently. And she took action based on that. I love that story. Um, any other remarks or notes that you think might be helpful to share with people who are listening right now in relation to the sabotaging voices?
Yeah, actually, I want to share with them a tip that is very important for them to really keep in mind is that we always have this idea that this like harsh voice inside of us is the driver, and it's good. It's good to be. I was personally saying that. I was always saying that I really achieve under pressure. We brag about that. While under pressure is a burning, you can always achieve from a really like wise place, from a calm place, and that's so beautiful and much more powerful. So just a hint for people: whenever they feel they are achieving with drain, like they're drained and they're burning out, it means that who's behind the wheel is really one of these sabotaging voices. While the achievement with a lot of openness, with calmness, even if you're a bit like excited or a bit of anxious, but it doesn't like go to the extent that you're going to be drained, it's still from a good place. While if you are really just having this really harsh voice driving, it means that you are really hijacked, and that's not the true you. It's like this
Mm,
burdened voice inside of your head, that's what we call the sabotaging voice, that is really hijacking the system and making it really go down. And we won't go in a good place eventually. So I just want to keep that in mind for the listeners and the audience so that they would know that that's an indicator. Pay attention to it.
mm. The way I understood it, kind of the indicator is kind of to gauge our energy or gauge our emotions. Am I excited about this, or am I feeling overwhelmed and burdened? And if there's a bit of an excitement in the air, it's this is coming from that powerful part of us. But if there is a little bit of burden or dread, then it's coming from that sabotaging voice. And what would you want people to do in that point in time when they distinguish between them both?
Definitely, I would for me, if I would really encourage them to start like journaling about it, like really
Mhm.
listen, because the idea is gonna go on paper. So whenever you like move these like ideas and thoughts and feelings into a paper, it will really just there is a relief definitely, and there is a lot of awareness and a lot of like insights that's gonna come. Some people they don't like journaling, so you might go for a walk, for example. The walk will be this conversation inside of your head, checking in and talking to ourselves. It's a really important aspect to have on daily basis. So I encourage people, you don't feel ever that you are mad or like you're talking to yourself as if you have something psychological going on. No, it's like really, I believe that it's a birthright because you need to check with your inner world. We have this inner system that needs really checking in, and having that done on daily basis, even for a few minutes, 5 minutes in the morning specifically, so that you can set the tone for the day, will really have these voices calm down, and it's a starting point. So I would encourage them to check in and definitely try to get out these voices to be heard, either by walking, journaling, or any other modality that will make them feel really like emptying this energy that is draining them.
It sounds quite simple, but like I'm sure I know that there are some nuances about it, and like developing actually the habit of gauging that energy and actually taking the time to journal or take that walk. On that note, I want to thank you, Sophia. That's been very helpful, taking us through your journey of how positive intelligence and specifically the saboteurs have kind of influenced and changed your journey. How the success story of that client who went from not knowing anything about the voices in her head to making changes to taking that course, and now to the actions that the viewers can take of taking the time to gauge whether there's a bit of an excitement or dread, and then journaling through their emotions. I'm going to thank you again, Sophia, for that. And I'm going to mention to the viewers that, again, this is the first out of four. The second is going to come up in around 10 minutes. And actually, Sophia will come on stage again, and she will be interviewing our other expert and coach, Mandy. And the other two sessions will be held on the 6th and the 11th of April. So we also hope that you'll be checking in with us at that point in time. Each session will have a slightly different angle to this program. But in the end, we also invite you to take the free assessment again. Other than the fact that it's for free, it will give you some really cool insights about yourself, about those sabotaging voices or those parts of us that are trying to hijack us. And as per what Safia mentioned, it will be helpful to be acknowledged when they're coming up and try to journal about them at the very least to gain some more power over them.
And the
With that,
assessment is not long. It's only 15 minutes. So it's really quick and it's multiple choice. So it's really enjoyable. And whenever you get the results, like a lot of aha moments. So it's really interesting. So I really encourage everyone to take it.
there we go. There we go. All right. Well, thank you very much, Safia. And
Thank you, Ahmed.
we will see you all very soon. Take
Yes,
care.
thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.